So you're hearing about all these HHFDC affordable units, but you don't know which ones are ready to move in, which ones are resale, and which ones are pre-development, or where you should even be focusing your energy. Well, in this video, we're gonna break down all of that so you can fully understand which buildings are offering what sort of HHFDC or affordable units. If you can even move in now, you gotta wait a couple years, and more or less what is offered, price points, pretty much everything you need to know. So if you wanna get all the details, stick around. See you on the other side. What's going on, guys? My name is Patrick Lawley, and today we're gonna cover the HHFDC or the affordable units and what that is in a nutshell. If you wanna get the full details, check out my video right here. But summarizing it, basically what it is there's units that developers are offering up that are gonna be below market price, generally 10 to 15% below market price, that only local people can actually purchase. So if you actually live in the state of Hawaii and you're gonna be owning this property as your primary residence, and then of course, check a couple other boxes in regards to income and things of that nature, you could qualify for these properties that are under market value. Now, with that being said, a lot of people are interested in this, but they don't even know where to start their search. Well, an easy way, of course, is to reach out to someone like me where I can put a search together for you. But then you also wanna know, okay, well, when can I move into that unit? Is that unit ready to move in now? Do I have to wait a couple years? How does it all work? Well, that's what I'm here to clarify today, is more importantly, which units are pre-development, like you gotta wait a couple years, and which ones are available now, if they are on the market, that you can move in today. Now, before we jump into that, if this is your first time here, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Patrick Lawley. I'm a licensed realtor out here in Hawaii and have been for nearly a decade, helping buyers, sellers, and investors and local buyers like yourself with their real estate needs. If you have any questions about this project, anything when it comes to real estate, feel free to reach out to me. I got my contact information right here, or you can directly DM me on any of my social media platforms. With that being said, let's jump in to the affordable units and what buildings are offering what. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna break down pre-development. So these are things that are not ready yet. I'm gonna break down prices, square footage, amenities, and more importantly, when the estimated completion date would be. The first one is Kuilei Place. As you can see here, some beautiful renders. This is gonna be a beautiful building that should be ready in 2026. It's gonna be located in the sub area of Honolulu known as Moiliili. They'll be offering 1 bedrooms anywhere between 450 and 650 square feet, 2 bedrooms about 700 to 800 square feet, and 3 bedrooms 900 to 1,000 square feet. Now the price range for these is the 1 bedrooms are gonna be anywhere from as low as 370,000 up to about 550,000, 2 bedrooms from about 520 to 730,000, and 3 bedrooms at about 695 up to about 815,000. Now HOAs, always an important thing, and always a beautiful thing with these newer buildings, because they're not gonna have as many issues, are gonna be calculated based on the square footage. So for this situation, they're gonna be calculated basically on 68 cents per square foot. That's what your HOA or your homeowners association fee would be. Now, a lot of these pre-development, because they want to keep up with each other, are going to have similar amenities. Generally, the major difference is whether they're going to have a pool or not, but this Kuilei Place will have basically a resort style pool, have a spa, barbecue areas, dog park, co-working space, an area for EV charging, as well as storage for your bikes and surfboards. Now, some of the pros specifically for this is one of the unique affordable units that is offering 3 bedrooms. Generally, they're only gonna offer studios or 1 bedroom, sometimes 2 bedrooms, but this is one of the unique ones that is offering a large square footage and a 3-bedroom unit. They also, as I mentioned before, have a lot of great amenities for that 68 cents per square foot, and the walkability score is amazing for where it's generally located, which is gonna be at 2599 Kapiolani Boulevard. Okay, the next notable one, which I've made a couple videos which you can check out right here, is the Kahuina project, which is actually offering up 2 separate buildings. You have Māmalu, which is going to be all HHFDC units, affordable units, and then you have Lamakū, which is a little bit of a taller building, offering a little bit different of layouts, but only offering a few HHFDC units in that building. Now, the estimated completion date is essentially end of 2028, early 2029. They are offering 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. The 1 bedrooms are gonna be about 528 square feet, the 2 bedrooms about 700 square feet, and the 3 bedrooms just over 1,000 square feet, almost 1,100 square feet, which is one of the largest we've seen in some of these affordable units. The price ranges are gonna be about 600 for the 1 bedroom, 700 for the 2 bedrooms, and 800 for those 3 bedroom units. HOA, again, a little bit on the higher side of 91 cents per square foot. But again, the reason for that is because some of the jam-packed amenities, which we'll discuss shortly here. You're gonna have a community room, you're gonna have that resort style pool, spa, BBQ areas, bike storage, and they're also gonna have retail space down below, which is gonna be extremely convenient. And word on the street is that they might be putting a Foodland or some sort of grocery store nearby, so very convenient. Location is gonna be in our Kakaako, so just gonna be right next to Salt, so a great walkability score when it comes to going out, entertainment, living that urban lifestyle in Kakaako, or getting some great dining dining. Some of the pros of this specific unit is basically they're offering 3 bedrooms, some of the biggest I've seen in the affordable unit. Also killer walkability score in Kakaako, which is a great up and coming area. And they have true 3-bedroom options where some of them say it's a 3-bedroom, but they just kind of squeeze the room in there. So these ones are actually true 3 bedrooms. And I would say some of the cons is obviously going to be that higher HOA, again, almost closer to $1 per square foot, but the trade-off is some of the amenities and a bit longer of a wait. 2028, 2029 is when they're looking to actually have people move into these units. Now, again, if you want more information on these units, how you can qualify, what's being offered, things like that, check out my video right here that kind of goes over all of that. Created a whole series on this development and how you can get your hands on one of these, because this, instead of a lottery system, is going to be a first come, first serve. So you definitely want to set yourself up for success. If you want to know if you qualify and how to get in line for that first come, first serve, feel free to reach out to me. Got my contact information right here. Okay, so those are all pre-development, not ready yet, but let's say you want to buy a house right now. You want to move in right now or very soon. Well, here's some of the units that actually have properties on the market, or maybe a building you want to focus on, keep your eye on, that may have one that'll come up. First one is Ililani. I actually have seen that there are some units available. I don't know if it's still gonna be available when this video actually drops, but in December of 2025, I did find 1 or 2 units that are available. They're offering 1 bedrooms anywhere between 511 and 578 square feet, 2 bedrooms at 720 to 820 square feet. And the price range that you'll generally see for the 1 bedrooms is 550 to about 620,000. And for the 2 bedrooms, 650 to about 700 plus. HOAs are very reasonable at about 58 cents per square foot. This is mainly because they do not have a pool. So getting into some of the amenities, they do have the barbecue areas, the lounge, bike storage, surfboard storage, but they do not have a pool per se. They do have a splash area, which is basically a place where water shoots up, place for the kids to cool off. And uniquely, they do have lanais on all the units, which is very rare to see in some of these affordable units. The location is on Keauhou Street, so that's right in the heart of Kakaako, again, very close to the Salt kind of urban area for restaurants, shopping, and things of that nature. What are some of the pros? Well, one of the best HOAs I've seen so far when it comes to these affordable units and newer buildings. It is a newer building, but it is ready to move into. That's one of the biggest pros. And I would say the con is you essentially don't have a pool, but you got the ocean not too far away. The next is Ulana. This is gonna be right in the heart of Ward Village. They've already released a lot of these, but there are still a couple that are available. So let me know if you're interested. I do have the inside seam that there are a couple of units still available on the affordable unit. And for the affordable units, they are offering, if they're still available, studios, 1 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms. Last time I checked, I believe all they have left is 2 bedrooms. Again, the pricing can range 300 to about 600,000 depending on the size of the unit. But again, reach out to me if you want to get some more details on what's even still available. And the HOA is still TBD. I'll see if I can get some more clarification on you, or just reach out to me. I'll get verification on what that HOA will be. Now, as you can see by some of the renders here, you're gonna have a bunch of amenities, fitness center, rec area, barbecues. I don't believe they have a pool, a beautiful secured lobby with staff, giving you kind of that hotel feel. So you do have a lot of amenities jam-packed in this building. The location is in Ward Village, which is known for its high-end skyscrapers and luxury living, and also killer walkability score, because just within a stone's throw of a rock, you do have plenty of nice restaurants, shopping, and a Whole Foods, which is what you're always looking for. I think some of the pros is at the price point of affordable units, you are getting access to high-end lifestyle. Anything in Ward Village is definitely high-end. So you do have that high walkability score, you do have that high luxury living. Of course, you have a Whole Foods nearby. And also you should probably see values continue to grow as Ward Village is still being built out. I'd say some of the cons would be that you are in a more expensive area. So the value of these properties, although they probably will go up, getting into them, even if they're affordable, are still gonna be a little bit higher than some of the other affordable units. And because you have such great amenities, the HOA most likely will be a little bit higher than the average. The next is the park at Keauhou. This is located in Midtown Ala Moana, so just down the street from Ward Village. They're offering 1 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms. Those 1 bedrooms are gonna be about 500 to 600 square feet, and the 2 bedrooms, 750 to 850 square feet. Price range is about 400 to 700 plus. Again, I've only seen a couple that are available, but again, if you're interested, feel free to reach out to me. I don't see them on the MLS, so it is something that we'd have to set up a direct list for you on seeing what's actually available still. HOA is slightly higher than we've seen in some of the other ones, just slightly, 70 to 80 cents per square foot. And again, this is gonna be on the higher tier of amenities. You're gonna have the resort pool. That's gonna be the main differentiator for a lot of these. And then pretty much all the other standard stuff, BBQ area, rec area, most likely a gym and a nice lobby, as well as a private dining area and dog parks for my fur baby lovers. Location wise, like I mentioned, it's on the street of Keauhou. That's gonna be right in Midtown Ala Moana, so right by the Ala Moana Mall. Some of the pros is it is a major development. So they're gonna have actually retail space that's gonna be planned and developed in the building. So very easy if you wanna do shopping, it's just gonna be downstairs. Also walkability is gonna be killer. If you don't have any retail in your building, you can always go to Ala Moana and you're just gonna be directly across from Ala Moana Beach Park. So to get your beach fix, you can do that just across the street. And the cons is you are kind of in the heart of town, so it might be a little bit more of a busier urban feel, and they are gonna have slightly higher HOAs. The next is Sky at Ala Moana, which is located, as the name says, Ala Moana. They are only offering studios and 1 bedrooms. This is very normal. So whenever you see 2 or 3 bedrooms, that's an exceptional thing to see. But in this building specifically, they're only offering studios and 1 bedroom. Price range is gonna be between 300 and 500,000, and the price per square foot for HOA is 90 cents per square foot. Amenities again, you're gonna have that resort style pool, the spa, barbecue areas, sky terrace, dog run, barbecue terraces, barbecue cabanas, give you that Las Vegas lifestyle, a club lounge, and multiple indoor and outdoor social gathering spaces. This is near the Ala Moana Center, near the Sam's, near the Walmart in that area, as you can see on this map. And some of the pros is pretty killer location, as well as excellent amenities as we discussed earlier. Some of the cons is they're only offering basically studios and 1 bedrooms, no 2 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms. Also a little bit of a higher HOA, we're getting closer to $1 per square foot, and the actual size of the units is a bit smaller than what we've seen in some of the other buildings. The next one is going to be the Kapiolani Residence in Ala Moana. So again, it's in Ala Moana, just off Kapiolani. They're offering studios, 1 bedroom and 2 bedrooms. Those studios are gonna be about 400 square feet, 1 bedroom is about 500 and 600 square feet, 2 bedrooms at about 700 to 800 square feet. Price ranges range from about 400 to 600,000, so very reasonable. And HOA is about 60 to 70 cents per square foot. The amenities, you've got a recreation deck, meeting room, security, and bike storage, just some of the things that are noticeable to mention. Some of the pros, low HOAs, and as well as it's close to the Ala Moana Center. Some of the cons is limited parking and also smaller amenity package. Okay, the next building we're gonna discuss is 801 South Street, Tower A and B. This is once again located in Kakaako near the Civic Center. The unit sizes they are offering are studios, 1 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms, so no 3 bedrooms, sorry about that. But the 2 bedrooms are pretty good size, upwards of 800 square feet. Price range is anywhere between 400 and 600,000, and the HOAs fluctuate, but they're generally on the lower side of these newer developments. And since you have those lower HOAs, you're generally gonna have less amenities, so you don't have the resort pool, you do have plenty of parking, bike storage, as well as surfboard storage. So amenity-wise, there isn't a ton of amenities. It is a pet-friendly building. They do have EV chargers. They do have a pretty large parking structure, but of course, it just depends on how many guest parking there is. If you have guests, generally it's not overnight guest parking, and you usually will have at least 1 assigned parking spot. They do have meeting and conference rooms as well as security. Okay, the next one we are going to discuss is Keauhou Place. This is over in Kakaako, once again, close to Salt. They're offering affordable units, studios, 400 to 500 square feet, 1 bedroom, 600 to 650 square feet, and the price range is anywhere between 400 and 500 plus. HOAs are about 80 to 90 cents per square foot, so a little bit on the higher side compared to some of the other buildings we saw. And this place is also gonna be jam-packed with amenities. You're gonna have that large pool, that's the main differentiator. Dog area, party room, gym, barbecue areas, kids playground, as well as surfboard storage for my surfers out there. Some of the pros is you have excellent amenities as well as an amenity deck. You are near the future rail. I say that with heavy quotations because hopefully at one point the rail will actually go through there. And of course, very conveniently located to Salt and all the urban living that you're looking for. Some of the cons is higher HOAs, again, closer to that $1 per square foot, as well as smaller unit sizes. Well, that pretty much wraps up at least some of my top choices when it comes to affordable units that are either pre-development, currently on the market, or buildings that will be offering it. You just have to wait for a resale to actually pop up. If you want, I actually have a spreadsheet right here, and feel free to take a photo of it, of kind of the breakdown of everything we went through, or feel free to reach out to me. I can send that directly to you. So when you're comparing and contrasting, you can kind of see what fits your wants and needs in regards to price, square footage, location, things of that nature. But if you want to learn more about the affordable program and maybe even get a list directly to what's available, feel free to reach out to me. I got my contact information right here. You can directly DM me on any of my social media platforms, or feel free to check out our website, patrickmullenrealty.com. Go to the contact form, fill it out, and either myself or one of my team members will get back to you to help you with whatever your real estate needs are. Now, if you got any value out of this video, do me a huge favor. It really helps with the algorithm and make sure that I understand that you guys actually like these videos. Either comment down below or click the like and subscribe button, as well as the notification bell, so you get notified whenever I drop videos just like this. I'll be making a series of videos going over these affordable units and affordable buildings, so make sure that you subscribe. So whenever I drop one of those videos, I'll be doing a deep dive on each one of these buildings so that you can further educate yourself and compare and contrast them. Well, guys, that pretty much wraps it up. I'm Patrick with PatrickMullenRealty.com, powered by eXp Realty. Hope you have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you soon. Aloha.